Hello, this is Hypnotherapist Scott Burke here, and this presentation here I'm mostly talking about fear of flying. Actually, quite a lot of fears could probably go with this as well in terms of the principle, but mostly talking about fear of flying. Why? Because it's the most commonest phobia I work with. You might think it's spiders, and spiders is indeed very popular. Well, I don't mean popular in the good sense, but certainly sought after. But flying is one of those things that if somebody has to do, they have to do it. It's very difficult to duck and dive. And it might actually surprise you to hear. A lot of people I work with when it comes to a fear of flying have actually flown before. They're not always first time flyers. So there you go. But let's lay the cards on the table, shall we? Firstly, I'm a full-time professional, have been so since 1998, and appointments are available 7 days a week from first thing to 9 p.m. As I say, 7 days a week, including public holidays, bank holidays, that sort of thing. Probably the only real exception is Christmas Day. So yeah, if you want to come down to see myself, then that's in terms of the hours. I don't work from a converted bedroom either. Nothing wrong with that per se, but I do think there's something to be said about going to a proper establishment. That's just my opinion, and you're free to choose otherwise. So what can I tell you? Well, a lot of phobias, a lot of fears, you're not necessarily born with them, and usually have been absorbed into one's mind, and things get worse and worse and worse. So I tend to find that people who have absorbed, shall we say, a negative thought, are also equally good at absorbing my work, the hypnotherapy, so they tend to do very, very well. I'm very confident when it comes to flying. I mean, I can't promise anything, of course I can't, but it is one of those areas that I'm very confident with. So as far as the hypnosis bit is concerned, you don't lose control, you don't go under, there's no drugs involved, no pills involved. This is going to sound pretty blunt and pretty cold, but again, I just feel that puts things into perspective. If you were to get into a car, driving a car, basically drugged up to the eyeballs with things to calm your nerves, then a lot of people might look at it and go, that's not very safe. Therefore, I would also make the argument, the idea of getting on the plane, again, drugged up to the eyeballs to knock you out so you can get on the plane and take off. Logical, yes, I can understand that, but this is the cool part. If something were to happen on the plane and you needed to be compos mentis, as people say, to get off the plane at that particular moment, you want to have a sharp mind. You don't want to be you don't want your bloodstream to be full of drugs. That's my opinion, and that's my philosophy, well, one of the philosophies I have with regards to using hypnotherapy. Because there's no drugs involved, you are aware, you do know what's going on, you don't go under or anything like that. So that is one of the key, blunt as it is, advantages of hypnotherapy. Yes, with working with myself, you are there to help yourself. The work I do is personalised, and the main thing is that obviously you take it seriously and all the rest. As far as your options are concerned, regards to appointments, as with a lot of my work, I like to give options. One option is the standard option, whereby the work is done over 3 sessions. Each session is unique to a specific purpose. That's actually very common for most things. However, there's also the super saver option, which is like 1 appointment done over 2.5 hours. It effectively combines the very best of the three appointments in the standard option. For flying, I think that's probably the better option. Yes, if money is no option, you'd break it down over 3. But I've worked with a lot of flyers. You could probably do it in 1 appointment, just 2 and a bit hours, with the option, a very strong option I would say, of coming to see me prior to, or as close to when you're about to fly off. So if you come to see me in, say, the 1st of June, and you're flying off 1st of July, all things being equal, I would recommend a follow-up just prior to flying off, maybe the day before. But that's optional, that's really up to yourself. But of course, it's something I'm going to recommend. More is obviously better. So as I said, you don't lose control, you don't go under, so that's the super saver option. There's actually a 3rd option, whereby I work with a group. It's called the Hypnotherapy Party. I wouldn't say it's the most commonest thing in regards to this. It's not like smoking or weight loss, but I might have a family of 3 or 4 people. They're all very concerned. They all want to come to see myself. This is just one instance, or a group. Could be a football team, perhaps. Yes, that could be an instance whereby I'm working with a group of people as well. But it's really up to yourself what you think is best for yourself. The other thing I offer, as say in all my presentations, is free 20 to 30 minute consultation face-to-face at my Inverness address here in 3 Gordon Terrace, near the castle, top of Castle Street. Very easy to find, lots of parking spaces around. And the idea is to come down, meet myself, have a chat, sort of go through the basics. Technically we're not doing any therapy as such because I wouldn't be allowed to, wouldn't be advisable to. But yes, if you're not too sure, you can do that with myself. Which, let's be honest, is something you don't get very often in our forms of therapy. So I offer that as an option. Or you can talk to myself on the phone. So this is really to introduce myself, sort of go through the basics, what I do, laying the cards on the table. If you want to know more, by all means go to scottburke.com and you'll see some more details there. You see my contact details there as well. And you can get a free phone number, you can have your phone up, and we get a chance to speak to myself as well. So all these options are available. The key thing is, if you wanted to come to see myself. If you are flying off relatively soon, yes, of course, you can still come down to see myself, but obviously the more time we have, the better. So there you go. So my name is Scott Burke of scottburke.com. If you want to know more, as I said, go to scottburke.com itself. And in the meantime, thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.